Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to set up my Hobonichi cousin for the month of April. The first thing I'm going to do is prepare the habit tracker for next month. I'll be copying the things I'm tracking over. After a while, I decided to erase tracking dreams because frankly, I dream every day without fail and it's not something I find important to track anymore. I'll leave the space just in case I have something else in mind to track. Next, I'm going to set up the monthly page. This is my social media tracking and planning page for YouTube and Instagram. I've been using this layout since last year and I find that it suits my needs and helps me plan my videos accordingly. On the sidebar, I have my YouTube stats section at the top, followed by the list of videos I plan to work on for the month. And at the bottom right is where I track my Instagram posts. The bottom left is my extension of my YouTube section, where I track the different tasks involved in the making of the videos. How I track these tasks is by using letters to represent the different tasks, and then I list the numbers that correspond to the videos I listed on the sidebar. I find that this method of tracking takes up the least amount of space. As for my Instagram tracking, I simply just list the number of weeks followed by the days for each column, and then I just mark an X every time I finish posting. Normally, whatever I post on Instagram is about the same thing, so there's no need to list it out like the YouTube videos. Here, I'm just placing down some decorative stickers on spaces that I know I won't be needing. After that, I put some bullet stickers in preparation for my planning. Once that's done, I highlight the days using the light blue mile liner on the days I will be editing the videos. And that's all the setup I'm going to be doing for this monthly spread. Moving on to the weekly pages. When I was filming this video, there's about 8 days left before the start of April, so instead of decorating the April weekly page, I'm just going to decorate the next one. For the weekly pages, I'm going to use this jar water tracker sticker by Leaven Forest to track my daily water intake, and then I'll be using the floss tracker sticker by Happy Cutie Studio and some checklist stickers by the same store. Since it's spring, I thought the flowers would do nicely. Next, I'm going to be using these two washi tapes that closely match the colors of the stickers and stick them across at the top and bottom. I don't use washi tapes nearly as much as I should, but I'm trying to every week. I think eventually I might have to use them on the daily pages as well. Once my washi tape runs out, I don't think I'll ever buy washi tapes again. It's just not my preferred style of decorating. I don't know why, but something about just a straight strip across makes it look too plain. I've seen some tear it roughly so that it has a rough end, but I can't seem to bring myself to do that. Now that the weekly pages are done, I'm moving on to the goals page. I'm just going to mark the goals I'll be working on and then continue on to the month currently section. It's probably not called that, but it's what I'm calling it. It's that blank page at the start of every month before the daily pages. In this section, I keep track of things related to my daughter, and I also have a narrower section for my personal highlights of the month. Here, I'm just using some colorful floral stickers to decorate since it brings some beautiful colors to the blank page. Also, I have plenty of floral stickers, so why not? Next, I'm just going to use some letter stickers to spell my daughter's name at the side. For your information, aside from the ones I mentioned earlier, most of the stickers are from the Happy Planner sticker book line. With the currently page done, I'm now ready to work on my daily page. I decided to draw this image from the opening of a show. At the time when I filmed this, I had just finished watching this show on Netflix called House of Ninjas. It's a Japanese drama about a family of ninjas that retired after the death of a loved one. Although I'm not sure why it's titled ninjas, because the family prefer to call themselves as shinobis. Researching a little bit on that, it appears that ninja is the Chinese word, whereas shinobi is the Japanese word, but both mean the same thing. I could be wrong. If anybody knows the difference or significance of this, do let me know in the comments. Drawing the angle of this kunai or this blade you see here was a little hard due to the limited space I have. I remember thinking to myself, if it looks wrong or odd, just erase it and draw something else. But I'm glad I stuck with it. The hardest part, I think, was actually drawing the shadows of different shades to the blade so that it appears like iron. Luckily, the image clearly showed the different shades, so I just tried to copy it as closely as possible. I had some trouble drawing the bottom part of the blade. For some reason, I couldn't get the angle to look right. In the end, I did the best I could and just left it at that. For the handle of the kunai, there were some detailing in the image, but all I could make out was that it looked like wiggly worms. So I just drew that, and at the end of it, I think it looked okay. I had divided the handle into two sections because in the image, it showed the top section being brighter and the bottom part was mostly in shadows. Now to draw the ninjas running on top of the blade. I didn't follow exactly how it was on the image. Instead, I drew them like stickman figures. I figured if it was going to be that small, why waste time trying to make out the details? I'm done with the pencil. Now I'm going to trace it all out with my black pen. I'm using the Pioneer 0.5 gel ink pen. It's not exactly a favorite pen of mine, it's just a generic brand that my husband had bought a pack for us to use. Back to this show. After finished watching this show, I think there might be a second season. The ending was left with a cliffhanger of sorts, but I'm not sure if this show is interesting enough to warrant a second season. I liked watching a family of ninjas go about pretending to be regular folks, but secretly they used their ninja skills because they couldn't help it. However, the main plot that drives this show isn't compelling enough. I can't go into details without actually spoiling it, but suffice to say, I didn't quite like the cliffhanger. Would I recommend this show? Well, it's only 8 episodes. If you have nothing better else to watch, maybe you can give this a try. The stick figures don't quite look like ninjas now that I look at it, but I don't mind. Now for the coloring part. I'm using black color to color the darkest part of the kunai first. Thanks to the clear division between the shadowy parts in the image, I can quickly color the different areas. For your information, the color pencils I'm using is just the Crayola color pencils. They belong to my daughter actually, but since she's not using them, I decided to borrow them for my daily drawings. Here's the part where I'm coloring the handle with 2 different sections. Remember how I said the top was brighter and the bottom was darker? I wasn't quite sure how I should color it at first because the wiggly worms actually stick out from the blade and the shadows fall a certain way on each of those lines. I decided to simply color the area around the wiggly worms black for the bottom section, and then for the top section, I would color in the wiggly worms. I think it creates the right effect in the end. Next, I took a grey color to color the second shade of the kunai. For the next color, I think I may have chosen the wrong color. It looks a little bluish, but since I've already started with it, I might as well just follow through with it to the end. I'm done coloring. Now I'm just taking my pen to thicken the outer lines to make it stand out more. I could have continued on with the shadowing of the outer line with my pencil, but I think I got distracted with wanting to put down the stickers already that I temporarily forgot about that. The image mostly had an orange background, but I decided to just go ahead with some floral stickers since I have a lot of that. Here you can see that I'm just turning the stickers around to see what's the best fit before cutting them and sticking them onto the page. Later you'll see I use the cut up parts for the top part of the page. There's still a bit of space in the bottom corner, so I took another sticker to fill it up. Remembering that I have yet to pencil the shadow in, I went ahead and did just that. I think I quite like how this kunai looks. Surprisingly, now that I'm done, I somehow managed to get the angle of the kunai right and even drew the size of the blade just right to match the angle. And so, my daily page is ready for the first day of April. Now I'm going to continue on to the back of the planner where my other spreads are. I'm looking for my subscription page because I don't really need to update anything other than that for the month of April. Here you see I'm flipping back again and finally finding that I had skipped it. So I'm just going to continue marking the subscriptions I'm on. I hate that Netflix has changed the subscription plans to include ads if I'm going for the cheapest. It's so annoying. With that, that's the end of my setup. Now I'm just going to quickly give you a flip through of what I have done. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you liked it, do give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my other videos, do subscribe and hit the notification bell. Drop me a comment as well of what you think of my setup or how did you do yours differently. I hope to hear from you, and with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!